Welcome to Elvis Fans Matter, and we're back once again to answer a few more questions, if we can.
Gonna try.
Alrighty.
All right.
Oh!
Okay.
Quit pinching me.
Did any of the
I did? No.
Did any of the Memphis
I can't
Mafia
get fixed. I have to get fixed.
Get comfortable.
Get comfortable.
Did any of the Memphis Mafia stay on the Graceland property other than Billy and Joe? Like have places to stay or
Charlie.
okay.
Got Charlie. He stayed out in the I always call it the garage apartment.
Yeah.
Because originally it was a
the garage.
three-car garage. And then, of course,
He had it.
he had it changed when I could run it in D, they came back from, Germany and all. He had it changed into an apartment.
Alright.
And then we always had one guy
On call.
on call that stayed downstairs and off to the TV room, as they called it, because it had 3 TVs and we only had 3 channels back in,
Back in the
50s
day.
and 60s and early 60s. And there was a bedroom. It never was completed, and they stayed there.
Charlie stayed in there for a while too.
Yeah.
And I think one time Jerry stayed down there.
Yeah,
for a
and
short
I think
time.
Al stayed there some too.
Al may have, yeah.
But But outside that was about pretty much it.
Gotcha. Alright. I promised y'all I was gonna get into some questions. And I word them just the way they come across.
That's fine.
Alright, this is J.D. Sumner, Jerry Schilling, Myrna Smith, Joe Esposito, and Shirley Dew, and a few others stated that Elvis wanted Priscilla back. And we have a viewer that wants to know, why are y'all so bitter about her?
I'm not bitter about her at all. I'm a bit bitter.
Bitter about her.
I'm no more bitter about her than she is me.
Right. And I don't know what the big deal was about. We never had any kind of words or anything with her. She just, I don't know. I think a lot of it has to do, this is just me, with one of the overseers at Graceland who does not like Billy at
Gotcha.
all. And a lot of people have asked why you've never been invited up there from them. And I have a feeling that's why they were pretty, in tune with each other.
I've been reading
Priscilla
my
and her.
questions over here. That's another question.
And anyway, that's not what Elvis said, and I don't think Elvis. I don't care what any of them said. He did not. He said he would not go there again, and I mean, not gonna lie about it.
I mean, if he had said to you, "Yeah, I'm thinking about getting," I mean, you wouldn't lie. You would say, "Yeah." When he said it,
No,
but to you,
I mean,
too,
when
he
was
never
he?
did.
The point of it is, I mean, he had Ginger there, he had Linda there. When the
I
hell
don't know,
was he going to get her back or want her back? He never mentioned it.
No, like he said, it's too much old coin phrase, it's too much water under the bridge.
Yeah,
She had been with
other people.
other men, and Elvis was not one to to handle that too much, and not only that, he cared about her, a lot and so much that when she got with Mike Stone, that just broke his pride and took him, a year or two to get over that. And what? Oh.
You're like almost under the table. Why?
Well, he said his leg was.
Well, I'm just,
his leg was itching, and Wanga's also.
Yeah, I was
in
scratching my leg.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but anyway,
I mean, when it itches,
But
scratch.
there at the last, no. I'm sorry, I don't care who said what.
That's not what he said to us.
Like he
Right.
said, he said, that's just, I won't go down that road again.
Gotcha.
And, why they would say that, with Ginger there, just
And-
like with Linda, I mean, my God.
And why would Myrna even? I mean, Myrna's not with us anymore. Myrna passed away, but Myrna wasn't even on the scene back then. I mean, at the last,
Right.
Myrna didn't know or couldn't have known. I don't know who.
All I can say, if they said that, then they said that.
They were wrong.
But with me, not from what he told me, that would never happen again.
Alright.
So, but they did stay in contact and all, and punch me one more time. I'm scratching my leg. I can't
He
help
said
it.
his
It's
leg's
itching.
itching.
But anyway,
well,
that's
it looks
that's
funny
Well,
doing like this.
he may be itching too.
Well,
but
I'm petting the
healing-
dog too while I'm at it.
Healing and stuff. It
itches,
itches.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Um,
folks, but she's kept nudging me and it kept itching, so I had to either do the scratching
I
or.
thought he would stop. I mean, it's kind of
Okay,
fun,
I'll
like,
quit,
under the table.
Was
Just saying.
just kept getting tickled, so I'm just trying to. Was it true that supposedly Priscilla didn't want Linda to fly on the same plane with her when Elvis passed away from California to Memphis?
That's what I heard.
Okay.
But
She
that's just
didn't.
hearsay.
That's what I heard too. Didn't let her.
I mean, why was it up to her?
I
If maybe Vernon sent a plane or whatever, what?
I have no
You
idea.
know-
Well, I tell you why. No, I can't tell you
Why,
why. 'Cause I don't
baby?
know.
Why, baby? Why, baby? Why?
Okay.
I think, I think Uncle Vernon probably didn't want any,
Confusion.
confusion there. And
So he sent two different. I mean, he
No, Linda
He just-
came on a commercial flight.
and he
I
just.
think.
But he did send for Priscilla to come. And
Well, I
somebody
don't,
said, did he send for Priscilla and Lisa? Lisa was already here.
yeah, Lisa was
Okay.
here. I think really what I think is Joe handled all that, and he sent the plane because Joni came too, and they weren't together at the time, Joe and Joni, but she came with Priscilla.
Okay.
And I think Joe handled that, and Vernon may not even have known it.
we may
Gotcha.
not.
That's
That's possible.
that's what I think,
I got you.
and I'm sticking to it.
Alright.
And that stuck to me.
There's the question I wanted to mark off.
Okay.
There's two. Alright.
Flipping. Come on, Danielle.
I am. I had them all, and now I can't.
You had them all and you can't.
Yeah, I had them in my
You got
hand.
lost somewhere.
And it's not there. Okay. Do you plan on reading Lisa's autobiography that Riley is going to finish up? Do you plan on reading that one?
Yeah, I
don't
probably will. If I get a chance, when it comes out.
Be honest, I don't read a lot of any of those books.
No.
I just don't. I don't like to
I would
read.
like to try to read it, but I'm always one on any of them that I can't get very far because then I'm calling and saying, listen to what they said,
I know.
and is it
I
true
know.
or is it not true? But I'm just because
The only
it's
thing
Lisa's,
I-
I'm kind of interested to.
The only thing I have about it is if she left it just exactly like Lisa's telling it, or if she may
changed.
have softened it up a little bit because of her grandmother. I'm not saying she did. I'm just saying I would, if it was exactly like Lisa said it, I'd
Right.
be interested to see what, how it went down. But I don't know. I think Riley's pretty straightforward. I've never met her, but if she's anything like Lisa, Lisa was kind of like
Very
Elvis.
blunt.
Too,
Yeah. What?
All right. Do you think, and this is strictly just opinion because you have no way of knowing, if Elvis had been alive, do you think that Benjamin's fate would have been different?
I don't know. I couldn't say because possibly, but I don't
The
know.
only way I say it might possibly could is because I think that maybe Lisa's life
Might have
and
been
lifestyle
different.
might have been a little more different with her daddy still alive or
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
here.
I don't know. That's I don't know.
That's
Could have it could have it could have been.
Couldn't have,
Yeah.
It's,
I wouldn't. There's
I don't
no
know
way
how
of
to answer
knowing
that.
that.
really.
I think it was a shame.
Well, the hypothetical, I guess.
Yeah, it was a horrible thing because he was such a her heart. She was so proud of him, but not that she wasn't of her other kids too. But it was just like he was special with her, and it broke her heart. It just, any one of your kids, it would break your heart. But I don't think Lisa ever recovered from losing Ben.
Well, like I say, my opinion would be if Lisa, it would be kind of a domino effect. Maybe if her daddy was still living, Lisa's lifestyle might have been
She
different.
might have lived more in the South.
And so maybe her children's lifestyle could have been a little more
Well, if Elvis had have lived, she may not have married who she married. She may
Right.
not have had those kids. You don't know.
You don't know.
You just, there's no way to.
It didn't turn out that way, so we'll never know.
We'll never know.
Okay.
Well, you wonder about that too. Had he lived, would the things that happened to Lisa, would she still be living today?
Yeah.
And you just,
You don't know.
You just don't know.
Do you, and you kind of
Okay,
answered
Wanda.
it, oh, she's snorting again, have any feelings about, some of our viewers had some big time opinions about people being invited to Graceland over the years, along, for questions and answers or special speakers, special guests. This year, one in particular that they brought up was Shirley Dew being invited. And they said, do Billy and Joe have comments on that you've not been invited up and it was your home for so long? Do you have any comments about that, or
I think I
any
made
feelings
those.
of why?
I think I have I think I made that on the other video.
No, it was at the beginning question. I believe it was a little earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with the people that run it and the people that were running it back then, and Priscilla. And there was always, in my opinion, I always thought there was a little jealousy because Billy was close to Elvis, and he always asked for Billy to be with him, always. And I think, I don't know if she liked that or didn't like it, and don't really care. That's neither here nor there. But all I can say is, it's their loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They live with it, I live with it.
I really don't care.
Right.
I mean,
Been there, done that, and if Elvis is not there, I really, to be honest, I don't care if I ever go there again,
Right.
except maybe to visit his grave. I don't. I don't know. I kind of lost a lot of respect for that group.
Right.
well, I don't know. I guess, Lisa had, hard feelings towards me because of things, I said about her mother, but you know.
Well, she did too.
But she did me too, and you know, and but you know that's neither here nor there. You know, I mean, you know, I spoke what I thought and did what I wanted to, and that kind of, I guess, made us shy away.
You're right. You're absolutely right about that.
But you know, it is what it is. You know,
And it's like you said, you know, maybe that's why, you know, Lisa was young, and maybe that is why we weren't in contact with her, because, you know, stuff like that. I don't know.
But anyway, you know, I don't care who they invite. That's their business. And I literally mean business. It's a business.
Right.
It's a business.
And you know, if they invited me, would I accept? I probably would. But I don't think I'll be invited. But if
I don't either.
but you know, it's like this. I certainly won't lose any sleep, and that's
Right.
another quotation too.
You know,
I certainly won't lose any sleep over it.
Certainly not. But I think that comes under the thing of what I said earlier. We live in a totally different world. We're not, to me, there's always been a class separation in that whole group. And some people always thought they were better.
Yeah.
And like I said one time before, somebody looked like they just swallowed a fart, if you want to be honest. And I hate to see people like that. I do. I really do. It's like, you know, and they're better than anybody else, and they're not. You know, their grave size will be the same size as everybody else's when they go. So, touche.
All right. While we're on it, next question. I do have this question come up a lot, and especially anytime you talk about Elvis's loves, Elvis's women, you know, who he was with, and so I may completely mispronounce the name, but
I know you're going to say
had
already.
someone say, and she's asked it on every video, and then there's been conversations amongst some of the followers, and they're kind of going back and forth. They want to know why
June.
you and Billy are don't ever bring up June Juanico. Is it Juanico? I'm not sure, but June J, because it was obvious that she was his most loved woman, and they want to know why y'all are so bitter about her and why you don't bring her up.
I'm not bitter about it.
Funny that he had so many, you know, lost loves, or you know, give me a break, you know.
I never met her.
I haven't either, but as far as, you know, him just being, I can't ever forget her.
I never heard him mention her.
Look at the line, you know, it's just a straight line, women after women after women. If Elvis had have been totally in love with her back in, his mother would have said, son, go for it. If that's the way you feel. I think the closest one that came, if his mother had lived, would have been Anita.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it didn't. And I don't think that Elvis, after he got famous and all and was around so many women, that he wanted to get married. I really didn't think he did.
No, I didn't
You know,
either.
I mean, he was, you know, it was too easy for him, you know, to find a girlfriend that would, you know, stay with him. And so, you know, I don't have anything against her, but, you know, don't put something that's there that's not.
Right.
And that's what she's doing, you know. I mean, she's trying to make out like, oh, God, he was so madly in love with me, and we wanted to get married, but, you know, Colonel wouldn't let us, or somebody wouldn't let us, you know. No, Elvis would let us.
I'm sure she's a nice very nice
right.
person.
I've never met her, but
You've
I
never
know
met
her.
her? And if he had been
I don't-
madly in love with her, we would have seen her sometime along the line.
Yeah.
You know, as long as
I mean,
Billy
yeah.
was there, he would have seen her. You saw all the others,
Right.
except
Well, there
I
was
never met
couple.
Joyce Bova. I never met her. I don't even know.
I know you're reading my questions.
You know, there's a lot of them we didn't meet. you know.
Met Mindy Miller after Elvis passed. I don't think they dated very long. If you know, a trip or two, tour or two. I don't.
And that was a question. Was
And,
did you know Mindy?
she
Yeah, I
says
know
it was
Mindy.
over, I don't know, months, years. Well, maybe it was. He saw her this time, went through a half a dozen others and thought back and, and dated her again.
We
I mean,
know.
that happened, but let's don't
As much as we
try
were
to hang theirself in there that, that guy, he just couldn't live without me, so he just, I dated Elvis this way and I dated Elvis that way. Horseshit.
Well, going on
Excuse me, I shouldn't have said that.
going
But
on
I
a
mean-
date is dating.
Elvis
They
didn't really go on dates. He
Well, I
might,
mean, you
they
know
might
what
have
I'm
gone
saying.
somewhere
Gone
with, but
somewhere.
as far as just him, he never. It never was just Elvis, except after they got back home, maybe up in his room or something. But he never went out
Right.
when we were.
He
it
went
was-
out, yeah.
I'm talking about with
But
his
it's
whole
where
group,
he wanted to go,
with
and they
his
went
whole-
with him.
Yeah,
Right.
That's
No,
right.
he
That's
did.
what I was trying to say.
Okay. Because you brought her up. So another question is, and I'm just reading questions, direct questions from followers.
That's okay.
Says, would you all address Joyce Bova? It says, do you really believe that she had gotten pregnant with Elvis's child and had an abortion?
I mean, give me a break. Would you have had an abortion? I would not have had an abortion with anybody's child, but if you were with Elvis Presley and you got pregnant, who would have had an abortion with his child? I mean, I just can't see that. I don't know. I don't know what her personal, stuff. Maybe she did. I don't know. Well,
Yeah.
one thing, we never met her.
Right.
I never, as much as we were with Elvis, and we never saw her, never met her. I only heard of her after Elvis passed.
Goes back that one damn thing.
Yep.
I've said it so many times, If all the kids out there that has claimed to be his, God damn, that man was, I don't think he'd have been able to breathe, much less,
But he did have strong lungs.
Yeah, he did have strong lungs, but I don't know how he could have carried on.
He'd have
so
been
much, yeah.
worn out.
And doing films and
Yeah,
doing,
dance.
I mean, and think about it. Why in hell would somebody wait until after he passed away, 10 years or 15 or 40 years, and all of a sudden here comes one that looks like bald-headed and wearing jumpsuits. I guess they were born in a jumpsuit or something, and that's his son or his daughter, or it's just crazy. That's just
Right.
all they have to do is DNA, and they I've done it. We'll show it. Present it.
Was it true that Elvis told y'all that he could never be attracted to a woman who had birthed a child?
be honest,
Yeah.
yeah. He did say that, but
I mean, you're being honest.
I think I think later he changed his mind on all that,
Right.
But that was, that was back in the earlier days.
Yeah, real
Right.
early
When he
days.
said that. So,
Okay.
and I think, there's a lot of things. He said this, and then he changed as
Maybe
he went along,
backtracked.
So,
Yeah.
but he did say it, and and I don't think, like I said, I don't
You
think he
wanted
stuck with
honesty.
it.
He said a lot.
No,
Right.
he said a lot of things, you know.
Did either of y'all read Child Bride when that came out? And did you?
I read some of it, and I just couldn't.
It was about like the movie.
Yeah.
Wasn't that Priscilla's book?
Mm-hmm. I don't read a lot of books.
I don't either, because, you know, like, then you...
All I do is get mad.
You either think, well, you know, you make a judgment on it, and, you know, and that might not be fair, you know, to the book or to the person, you know, but, you know, so I don't read any of them, I'll be honest with you.
Gotcha.
I read about 3 pages of
Read.
that Goldman's book,
Oh, Albert Goldman.
and I just closed it too, and had thoughts of burning it, but I kept it. You know, in fact, all the books that, you know, somebody has sent me or something like that, I kept. You know, but as far as reading them, I don't waste my time.
Well, the thing about it is in most of the books, it's me. You know, they're the main character.
Who is that? Me.
Me, so and so and so and so. If that brings anybody to mind.
It does.
And it just, it wasn't like that. You know, there was other people always around. All the guys were in his life. All the women that he was in his life. And it was not, I'm his best friend, or I'm his this, I'm his that. They were all at different times close to Elvis in ways, except for, I'm not gonna lie, except for Billy, and he was always with him. And I guess that's one thing I resented a whole lot when we were younger, because he you know, he had a demand for Billy to be with him, and that took my time too, you know, and it was kind of hard, but you know, later on I went with the package.
You know, this is all, you know, my experiences and all, and my opinions, which don't make all of it, all what I say or people hear right.
Don't have to,
you know, it's what I'm saying.
The way we see it.
Because of the way I, you know, felt, the way I thought, and what I was around. So, you know, don't, you know, I'm not the...
World Book Encyclopedia.
Yeah, I'm not...
Not the Elvis guru.
Yeah, I'm not the
Well, you know,
historian.
everybody saw him different. That's historian.
I'm sorry, that was a low punch. I didn't mean it. Yeah.
That's all
But
right.
anyway.
If you know, you know.
But
Well,
anyway, you know, like I say, I just...
It's just to the best of our knowledge and what he
what
he
we
said to
experienced
us.
and what he told us, and
Yeah.
you know,
And the way he felt about other people. I mean,
Yeah.
we talked about everybody in the world up in his room. I bet there were some ears burning. Really, you know.
In fact, mine burned a few times, you know, so I...
Mine too.
All right, I have just a couple more questions on this, and then that'll kind of sum up all the
Pardon me.
anger built
Nah.
questions, and we'll get into some fun stuff in the next videos. We have a few sad questions, but we'll pick them back up with some fun stuff. One question is how
you do that?
how do you all feel about Navarone getting money from the estate?
I think it sucks. Just to be honest, I don't see how he has anything to do with anything. Of course, he was Lisa's brother, but they didn't get along. Supposedly, I never met him either, and I mean, she was like, what, 20 years older than him or something like that, 18 or 20 years older, and I think it's
Well, here's what I think. I think, you know, that the family has as much right to get money and have money as all those who didn't have anything to do with Elvis and all this making money off of him. I mean, there's no difference there, you know. So, you know, I just feel like, you know, it's up to the fans.
If that's what Lisa wanted to do, that's her business.
Yes, you know, it's up to them to decide for themselves, you know. It's certainly not up to me to control anything that goes on, you know, in that world, you know.
No, but she was saying, how do you feel about him getting money from, after the way he talked about her and is still talking about Lisa? How do you feel about him receiving money from her estate?
What?
Isn't he getting like a ninth or something? Like
Yeah,
a ninth?
something like, I don't
I
know.
don't know, yeah. Well, you know,
I mean, everybody has their own opinion about that. Like
Yeah.
you said, it's
Yeah.
up to everybody to decide about it. I don't think he should. But then he was her brother, and if she wanted him to, then it's her business, her money, you know, whatever. I think she was probably pressured into that, though.
you know, I think, you know, Priscilla ought to give him all he needs, you know.
I do,
He's
too.
got plenty, I guess. I don't really know, but, you know.
I mean, he's her
I'm sure
child.
she's
who's-
provided him with quite a lot, you know.
Alright.
All it is, you know, his mother, so. But
Who knows?
who knows? The shadow knows.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
All right. How do you all feel about Priscilla using the Presley name for fame and fortune?
Well, you know,
I think she learned a good lesson. You know,
she certainly didn't make it on
Biss
old
and Bo.
you. You know, when you see Pris and Bo or Tiss and Bo or whatever it was,
Biss and Bo.
that didn't make it. On Dallas, she didn't make it as Priscilla Beaulieu.
Bowyer.
Bowyer, or well, how you pronounce it.
Ever how you say it.
Yeah.
Either way, it doesn't sound
so-
like
Either way.
Presley.
So, I mean, in a way, she was kind of smart to try to, you know, use the Presley name, you know. She certainly wouldn't have been who she is now had it not been for the Presley name, not
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
the Bowyer or Beaulieu or whatever it is. You know. So
That's our opinion.
that's my opinion,
Yeah.
and I'm sticking to it.
Yep. I don't think they would have, I mean, she was a military kid, and I don't think if she had never met and married Elvis, she would have been Mrs.
But we don't know that.
But we don't know that.
That's
You
right,
don't
we
know.
don't know that. We don't, you know,
I
who
mean,
knows?
you know, she
I'm
did
just-
have a little bit of talent or some talent.
Okay.
I guess, I don't know. Don't care.
Well, you making little faces behind me.
No, I said, well, you know, I don't know.
I don't know. All right. Last question. Did Priscilla really have a lien on Graceland after Elvis passed? That you know of?
What do
I
you
don't
mean,
know.
lean?
A lien, like
loan. Did she take out a loan?
Did she use it as any type of like a loan collateral or have any type of?
Well, once she came executor, I mean, it's possible, I don't know. Never heard it, but, you know. It's possible.
Okay.
I can't answer because I don't
You know,
know.
she did do a lot of good for Graceland,
Yeah.
opening up, you know, helping to open it up.
Give her credit.
Give her credit for
you know.
that. And, you know, I don't know, people say what happened. I don't know. I was close to her, very close to her, I thought. And, I mean, we spent a lot of time together back in the early 60s and out on Pruggia Way. We both lived at the house out there, and I don't know.
Either you were very close or she was a phony.
Yeah.
Take it either way,
Anyway.
you know.
I don't know.
Yep. Well, I think with that, we've gotten into the deep
South.
questions. So
No, it ain't deep enough for me. I'm ready to get deeper.
I know. Well, we got a few coming
In fact, I'm
up.
getting fighting mad now.
Well, we're gonna tone that down in next week's video with some more
Facts.
fun stories and all of that. But I guess this one will
Wind her up.
wind her up.
Okay, folks, we love y'all and hope you don't take offense to anything we've said. But if you have, so be it. But I can tell you this, we still love all of you.
Love y'all.
And what do we always say?
Elvis
fans
fans
matter.
matter.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching.